Bowen Boshia wrote that Africa is particularly blessed with its vast open spaces and secret places, dramatic seasons, and variety of life forms. Africa combines harshness with delicate details and sunshine with storms. The baobab stands proud and strong, and we invite you to come rest with us as we share Africa's love letters with you. Language is important because it is a tool to learn, transmit information, express feelings, ideas, and emotions, forge cultural ties, and construct social identity. Poetry and literature enables us to plug into what people are experiencing and provides us a way of articulating experiences. African languages embody with them a wealth of knowledge. Indigenous languages keep people connected to culture, and this strengthens feelings of pride and self-worth. Cultural knowledge, kingship, songlines, and stories are reliant on language in order for these important cultural elements to be passed on from generation to generation. From beneath the baobab, we pay homage to African writers. Through their novels and poems, they give us a view of society from its contemplation of social life, reflecting it mirror-like, but also reflecting upon it simultaneously.
Dumelang, Ashe, Sawubona, Molo, Jambo, Oliocha, Bawoni, Zikomo, Mbodenayo, Shani Bwanji, and hello. Languages. This is the method of human communication, and it is obviously done through the structure of spoken and written word. In Africa alone, there are between 1,500 and 2,000 languages. Literature is the written works of information, and it is important because it acts as a form of expression for an individual author. Some books mirror society, while others allow us to understand the world we live in. African literature is so important because it keeps a physical record of who we are, where we are from, and why we are the way we are. Our many different African languages are a vital part to who we are as Africans because they hold our history, our cultures, and many of our identities. Today is about African literature, and I, as your head of transformation, in collaboration with the head of Reach Out Rio, the head of academics Sam, and with the great aid of Tatum, who played a huge role in organizing this event, we are here to stand by Africa and support her literature. If we can read Dr. Seuss, Stephen King, and Daniela Steele, then we as Africans must be able to read Chinua Achebe, Tsitsi Dangarembe, and Chimamanda Adichie. If Africans don't support Africa and her literature, then who will? I call you to stand with us. Africans must read about Africa. One said by Aminata Fona, if you want to know a country, you must read its writers. Today I say to you, if you want to know your Africa, you must read her books.
We know that reading comprehension develops the brain and is a fundamental skill to have for success in all aspects of our lives. Research shows that those who read in their home language will also have an easier time reading in their second language. It is also important to read in your home language as it allows you to connect emotionally and to fully understand what is being read, as well as improving literacy levels, which is important for developing communication skills.
Following the book drive at the beginning of the year, the Outreach Portfolio would like to collect as many second-hand books for the children at Mutheong Primary School and St. Augustine School. Bring your old loved books, labeled with the age range of that specific literature. We are going to collect them outside Ms. Beatrice's classroom. We underappreciate how privileged we are to be able to walk into this library and find a variety of books of adequate reading standard. I invite you to offer these schools this privilege, one book at a time. Thank you.
Good morning to the DSG St. Mary's Girls Grade 12. What advice can I give you as you're about to sit for your final exams and either go to tertiary or start an apprenticeship? In a world that is constantly wanting us to conform, my advice would be for you to be authentic to yourself, to find your voice. I know it's not an easy thing to do, It took me years. It was mainly in my late 40s that I was able to own my voice. And perhaps people would think that because I come from a Mandela family, it is something that is easy to do. It was more difficult for me being in this family to find my voice, because people tend to want to box you because of who your grandparents are or who your parents are. And it becomes very difficult to define what you want. Define what you want, crystallize it, and be authentic to it. Yes, some of you will be, for the first time, away from home, for the first time, and be able to make your own decisions without your parents. I was thrown into that space when I went to boarding school. Some of you have never been to boarding school, have been staying at home. And you'll find that when you go to tertiary institutions, you are pulled in different ways because of friends and wanting to belong to a certain group. Yes, it is good to belong to have friends, but don't be swayed away from how you were brought up. Stick to your heritage, which also brings me to the day that you're going to be celebrating tomorrow. My heritage is that of a Tembo. I'm a Tembo princess by birth, but I have chosen to be an activist. And your heritage is who you are, what defines you, your cultures, your norms, your values. Stick to those values that you were brought up with, and don't try and conform to belong to a certain group. Yes, young people nowadays are confronted with a lot of things, but my experience as this grandmother that is talking to you today, I can tell you that as a child growing up, you always migrate. Yes, you may veer away from how you were brought up by your parents, but you will always come back to how you were brought up. So stick to your guns, be authentic, own your voice, define what you want. Don't be swayed by people to belong to a certain culture. Don't be swayed by the media. Don't be swayed by anything. Stick true to your heritage, to your authenticity, to who you are.
We thank Mrs. Indileka Mandela for sharing her knowledge and assisting us with the books to donate, as well as National Library of South Africa, the school for their donation of books, and lastly, all of you ladies for shining a light on the need for and importance of African literature.